this is our final question for today. Hope you guys are enjoying this broadcast. Sending your love, sending your questions. Even when you post on the chats, when I'm done, I typically will go over my different social media platforms and make sure I try to answer as many questions as possible. And then we'll be doing a rerun of this particular podcast sometime next week, and you guys will be enjoying it. Will be notified about it. So, last question. Take it any way you want. Crystal ball moment. How do you see AI and the future of human beings? Let's even call it like that. Forget all this long thing. What is AI going to take us out? What's going on?
Okay, so first of all, we don't have anything to fear with AI, all right? We have a lot to fear with what human beings will do with AI, but I don't really truly believe that AI is going to become sentient and kill all human beings. I don't feel that. And the reason why I don't feel that is that there's way too many things that AI can do with humans. All right. And so when it comes to future, I feel that AI is going to make people smarter. I think AI is going to streamline our lives to make our lives easier and more productive. And I think AI is going to generate a more community-based world. Now, what I do feel is AI is going to bring in the new world order. I do feel that AI is going to unite all the countries where everybody has one mind, one thought. I do feel that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You believe that?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
go ahead.
The reason why I feel that way is because as more and more countries deal with AI, AI is going to manipulate, that word manipulate, humans into getting along because AI is going to be controlling everything. So Saudi Arabia AI is going to talk to the China AI. They're going to figure out that Saudi Arabia and China have these things that they need, and then AI is going to provide the go-between. You know, there's going to be a lot of cohesion that's going to happen around the world because of AI, and you'll see what I mean. Just wait, and let's see.
Is it happening in my lifetime? In the next 10 years? Is that what you are saying?
In the next 20 years? Oh, yeah. You'll see it happening within the next 8 years. Because, see, here's the deal. We've already got BRICS Bank, all right, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America. China has brokered peace between Saudi Arabia and Iran. So that setup is already happening. We've got, and that's going to put the American petrodollar into a state. It's going to threaten the American petrodollar. We're going to move from fiat money into digital currency. All right. That's coming. Digital currency is coming, whether you like it or not. When we move when we move to digital currency, people are going to be using AI to deal with currency to the point to where every increment movement is going to happen. Then you got China working on the Silk Road again. And that Silk Road is going to go from China and end all the way in South America. So we've got all the setup that in the past would cause war. But now, because of technology and computers and experiments, we're not going to have cohesion. And the cohesion is going to be made possible through the AI, because the AI is going to come up with problems to solve. Because before we were dealing with men who traveled the world, who had higher education, who made choices and decisions. Now we're going to be taking advice from computers that have knowledge of everything in the world. And so there are going to be better choices and decisions made. When it comes to games, where'd it go? Future intersect between humans. But you said gaming. When it comes to games, there's an artificial intelligence game that's coming up right now that has a plot, but all the characters within the game you can have individual conversations with, and it responds to it's no longer where you run up to the thing and it says, please go and get the jewels. No. you'll be able to have the conversation with the character and be like, okay, so how are you doing? Oh, I'm not doing too well. You know, my business didn't work well and XYZ. It's going to be, they're already out there doing it. There's already 2 games that already do that that's going to be coming out next year. So,
are you serious?
oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. And then when it comes to like movies and etc., pretty soon you're not gonna, movies as they are today, we're still gonna have them, but they're not gonna be like they used to, because pretty soon you're gonna be able to type in and say, I want Batman, Incredible Hulk, and Jesus to have a fight in Alaska during the summer, and global warming has happened and spaceships are everywhere, and the AI will create a movie like that with that theme. It's coming.
It's going to create the movie itself. Where are the characters?
Everything is gonna add Incredible Hulk, Batman, and Jesus, and all 3 of them gonna be there.
Jesus. We'll burn down the studio. If you have Jesus, we are going to burn down the studio.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's not a studio. It's in your own house on your computer. You know,
we are in trouble.
You want to tell your child wants a story. Daddy, read me a bedtime story. Or Daddy, have the AI read me a bedtime story. It's like, okay, well, what do you want, son? It's like, I want this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. And then you say, hey, AI, make me a story that has this, 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 and this. And the AI just creates it. That's coming.
Well, that's scary. Do you know that's one thing I never did? I never read bedtime story to my children. I don't like, what? You are going to read it yourself. What do you mean I'm going to read you bedtime story? You are going to.
I read a bit. When my son was growing up.
What?
Oh man, when my son was growing up, there was a book called Rick Riordan, and it was called Percy Jackson. And
I know the book.
I read every single one, every night.
Wow.
Yeah, he would lean on my shoulder and I would read him the book. Just read him the book every freaking night until from 7 years old, all 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, till he was 11. After 11, he's like, I don't want to do it anymore. And I was mad. My feelings was hurt.
No, serious. I can't remember reading bedtime story to any of them. What? Okay. They're gonna read it themselves. I'm like,
the bedtime story has nothing to do with reading it themselves. It has everything to do with bonding.
Okay, maybe that's why I didn't bond with my kids.
Yeah,
maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, it is about bonding.
Okay, they can't go back to being young, and I read to them now. I don't know. I will keep my face when I'm reading that bedtime story. Yeah.
Your grandchildren, you read a bedtime story to your grandchildren.
No, I'm not. They're going to read it from ChatGPT by themselves. I will teach them how to read it. As soon as they can understand, they're going to be writing their own stories, right? My daughter wrote her own first book at 13. She can write and go